Hey guys, I'm Chef T-Max. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today, for all you college kids out there, I'm going to do a fried rice, something super simple. You can put anything from your fridge in it. So stay with me, click subscribe if you're not doing that already. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and ring that bell, and I'll send you really cool things I have coming up. So I'll see you back soon. Hey guys, okay, we're back in the kitchen here, and I wanted to show you how to make this really quick fried rice. So let's get this thing started. I'm gonna show you how fast it is. I've got my pan here. Just get a nice saute pan with a heavy bottom, because we want to really get the pan hot to make this fried rice. So we're just gonna take things that we have around in the kitchen. And I've got some salami here, you know, at a party at the house, and had some extra salami. So I figured, let's just dice this up and put this in there. So I'm gonna take the salami, I lay it down, and I'm going to simply julienne the salami up, okay? I want this to be in my fried rice nicely. What this salami is going to do is it's got fat, the meat flavor in there, the aged meat flavor. It's going to give you a really nice taste to this rice, right? Who doesn't like salami? You have to be crazy not to like salami. So what I want to do is start it off. So here I have some sesame oil. So, I mean, if you're a college kid, you probably have this in a little to-go packet from the Chinese place. So just open it up, put one pack in there. Otherwise, I'm going to put a teaspoon of that in. I'm going to put some grapeseed oil. So grapeseed oil is a clean oil that I use to cook with. So it doesn't have olive flavor, but it can get it at a really high temperature. So if you don't have that, just use that regular canola oil is fine. Okay. Now, what we're going to do now is I'm going to put my my salami in here like this. What we're looking to do is just get the flavor out of that. So we've got some of these vegetables we're just going to get the flavor out of. I've got a half of an onion sitting around in my fridge. Same for you guys. You don't have to chop it any fancy way. Just chop it like 4 times lengthwise like this, and then come back and slice it the other way. That's, you know, we don't worry about making this too small. We want to have these vegetables in my fried rice, and I'm going to lay this right on top of my salami. Now, I'm not going to toss it yet, because what I don't want to do is I don't want to kind of have the onions start to leak their water out and cool the dish down. I want that salami to start to saute a little bit. I don't want to burn the salami or any of that, but that's where I want to get to. Now, I've got some beautiful corn here. I just had a couple ears extra from a party as well. So let me show you how to cut corn without making a big mess. So what I do is I take the corn and I lay it down and I cut it. You know, so many people have the corn up here and it flies all around your cutting board. So what you do is you always just lay it down and roll it around on the flat side that you've cut, right, like this. And what you end up with is your corn sitting on the cutting board instead of all over the house, okay? So again, right, like this, lay it down, like this, lay it down, like this, lay it down, okay? And then that's it. Then those are trash, okay? Now, I've got my corn ready to go in there as well. I'm not gonna put that in yet. I'm gonna trim up my broccoli. I had some broccoli sitting in here too. All things you can easily find in the grocery store, right? So I want to take off these kind of heavy kind of stems of the broccoli. I don't want those. I just want these nice florets. So I'm gonna take that like this, okay? And then, oops, I'm gonna put the stem pieces. I'm gonna put over here in my trash, right? And I have all this nice. See, cut these excess stem like this, cut this off. Okay, we don't need those heavy pieces of stem in there. Okay, we just want nice little pieces. So of the florets, the tender pieces. Okay, you can, I mean, if you really like to use those, they're just going to have a strong bite, not a strong flavor bite to them, but they're just going to have a big crunch to them because they're not going to cook ultra tender in this, because it's going to cook really fast. Now, what we can see now is I've got my broccoli here, right? I've got my corn. Let me show you how I do this. I just take one of these and just scoop it up, put it in here. Now, you can have this all cut ahead and prepped so you're ready to go. You can be drinking a beer while you do this, no problem, okay? And we've got, wash my hands here real quick. Now, with this, I'm gonna start, that's gonna start to brown. So I really wanna kind of toss it now. You can see how some of these got a little brown. That's perfect. That gives you this caramely flavor. It's really nice with it, right? Okay, I've got my beautiful flavoring of onion and salami, right? If you don't have salami, you can use bologna. You can use whatever you want. You can leave it out if you want. If you have bacon, you can use bacon. Bacon would be great with it. Leftover bacon would be good. Leftover turkey. You got one of those old turkey subs. You didn't eat the whole thing. Pull the meat off of it. Throw the soggy bread away. Chop up that turkey meat. Put that in here. Anything works. So this is a clean your fridge fried rice, okay? So you just want the meat in there first for the flavor. Now I'm going to put in my corn, broccoli, like this, okay? And I'm going to stir this around. Now these bigger pieces like this, I'm just going to break them down. I'll even trim it a little bit, like this. You see, so I just want these tiny florets, right? And those little florets I'm going to break down. They're going to be everywhere. Because we don't want these monster pieces of broccoli to kind of mess up our texture, right? We want all these little bites of broccoli in there, okay? Now, what I need to do now is deglaze this, and I'm going to deglaze it with a little water. So what that's going to do is, I probably put like, you know, like a quarter cup or 4 tablespoons of water in there. What that did, what did it do? It stopped my whole thing from kind of sauteing. That's what you call deglazing. Deglazing is when you stop the sauteing process. If stuff looks like it's going to get too brown or too burned, you can always add water like that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this cook, okay? This is going to cook for about 5 minutes, and that 5 minutes is going to get rid of all that water. It's going to steam my corn and my broccoli perfect. Then we're going to finish it with the rice and the flavorings, and it's going to be awesome. So stay with me. I'll be back in about 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, guys, we're back now. This has been about 5 minutes, and you can hear the kind of sizzle again. It's starting to saute again. So we went from deglazing with water, which basically made the process to this kind of like this deglazing and poaching, if you will. We're steaming off that water now as this cooks. So you're steaming off the corn and the broccoli are getting cooked with the steam. Now once all that water steams off, now it starts to sizzle again, starts to become drier. See that, right? At this point, what you're going to do is you're going to press away your vegetables to the outside. Okay, so you're going to make this hole in the center. And what that does is it's going to give us a place to saute a little bit more. And I don't know if you can see this, how close these little bubbles of water from these vegetables are kind of steaming off and starting to cook, right? Now, when that happens, what we're going to do is I'm going to get myself the rice ready, and I'm going to put more oil right in the center, okay? And I'm going to let that heat up. And I'm going to put a little bit more sesame oil in that too, because I love sesame oil, okay? A little bit of teaspoon of that, so that's one more little pack. If you have sesame oil in a little pack, okay? And then I've got some leftover rice. So, you know, you've gone out for Chinese food maybe 4 or 5 days ago, and you have a little rice left over, or if you need to make rice, you can make rice. I've got videos on how to make rice you can follow. We're just going to put that clumped leftover rice in the center, right? And this is normally, when you make this, is just leftover. So what we're going to do is press it down flat, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little hole in the center of that as well. Okay, and what I want to do is just let that sizzle there. Okay, that rice is going to like get crispy, start to char. Now I'm going to take some white pepper. If you don't have white pepper, you can put black pepper, that's fine. White pepper is super popular in fried rice, so I put it in there. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add a little bit more oil in the center. I want to keep that nice and moist, and I've got some eggs here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack my eggs, okay? So this is just 2 eggs, right? Cracked, okay? And then I'm going to whip them up with my fork, and I'm going to just pop them right in here like this, okay? That goes right in the center. Now, if you're really fancy and you want to light a volcano on fire and all that, no, you're not going to do that. But most of the time you're making fried rice, it's 4 in the morning and you can barely focus. So, you know, you're going to have to watch this video ahead of time so you know what you're doing, all right? Now, I'm going to add some flavorings while we have it. Now, I'll attach these below on the video so you guys can get these. Best way to get these is go on Amazon and get them. But this is it's like a chili crunch that I put, and I'll just put that around like this. right? I'm not stirring or anything. Why? Because I want the eggs to kind of saute from the bottom. I want the rice to get a little bit crispy. That, this chili crunch is not ultra spicy. It's super flavorful, really nice. Now, I have some sweet soy here. Now, if you don't want to use sweet soy, you don't have to. This is kind of like eel sauce. You can buy it, sweet soy, or you can buy eel sauce as well. Or you could use soy sauce and put a little sugar if you want. And I'm going to use a little bit of soy sauce because we haven't put any salt in this, right? So I'm going to use some regular soy. Now I'm going to start to blend this. Now I need a kind of a flat spatula because I want to dig at the bottom, and I want to kind of start picking this rice up and get the crispy rice in there on the bottom and flip it around. And I'm going to flip it around with my eggs. I want to get those eggs nice and cooked, right? I'm going to leave the vegetables on the outside right now, and I'm going to saute this egg in this rice together to keep a little bit of crunchiness. We want texture. You don't want your rice dish just to be steamed rice and steamed vegetables, kind of boring, right? So you want to have a little bit of crunch. The rice on the bottom needs to get a little bit crispy, and the egg needs to be cooked all the way. So we're going to let this cook a touch longer. While we do that, I'm going to go ahead and grab a plate here, plate this up, and we're going to try it out, okay? Now, what I like to do at this point is taste some of the outside vegetables and see if there's enough soy flavor on them. That's really good. So here, I want to turn this. Now, if you see this, how it got a little golden there, the rice and the egg is getting a little bit crispy, and that's what we want. We want that to get crispy like that. Once it gets crispy, then you can start folding everything in. And you can see the bottom of my pan is nice and golden brown. I want to basically scrape that off into my dish. That's all beautiful flavor. Don't let it blacken, and that'll burn and make it bitter, okay? So you're just going to take this flat kind of spatula and just move it around, scraping the bottom, flipping all these vegetables together, right? And what we end up with is this really nice fried rice. And that's it. Our egg is cooked. Our rice is nice and steamed. Okay? And that's it. I can let this cook a touch longer. But I want to try it. Make sure I'm happy with it. Make sure it's nice and... This is so perfect. It's so hot, so beautiful. I'm going to turn that off. It's ready to go. So to plate this up, I got a nice little ring here. So obviously you're not going to do that. You're going to throw it in a quick bowl and eat it, right? But you never know. Maybe your boyfriend or girlfriend are coming over and you're going to make a fancy meal out of a bunch of leftovers, and all you got to do is dress it up a little bit and make it special for them, and they think that you went all out, right? So you just press it in this little ring mold like this, okay? And then bam! You're like, where do I get a ring mold? You could use leftover canned food that you open. Now, one of the other things I like to put on there, these are crunchy garlic. I'll put these on the attachment too. You can put these on top like this, and it gives you a little garlic flavor and gives you a little crunch. They also sell crispy shallots in the same thing. You can buy this at I buy it online, best way. Buy this, have it delivered to your house, and don't even think about it, right? And if you want to be super fancy, you can press a little of the oil out of this, right, and drizzle it around the plate. Whoops, I need a little bit more oil in there. It's getting a little dry in my mix, right? But you can do like this, and then you can put a little chili oil all around. So we just went and cleaned the refrigerator, fried rice with all stuff you already have in your kitchen. So try and make it. It's going to be really good. Put any other veg in there, zucchini. You can put whatever you might have sitting in the fridge. You'd be surprised. You can throw it in there. Try it out. Come back and see me. I'm Chef Dean Max. If you have any questions or comments, leave it below. I'll see you back soon.